my friends, let me tell you all about the years of fire. No, we don't want to hear that, okay? We have experienced the years of fire completely. We watched Bright Sands burn to a crisp, okay? We don't need to learn it from freaking Yauska. Anyway, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Pride and Peddlers. Hope you all are doing well this brand new year. Seems kind of weird, doesn't it? Like, being in 2025. I normally, I feel that way every time a new year kind of rolls around. But let me talk to you about what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to be working a little bit more here on Buenacosta, and then we are also going to be working on Arrakis, because it is my dune. Not anybody else's, but I really hope that I never turn into what Baron Vladimir Harkonnen turned into, requiring a I don't know what it is on his back. I don't remember the lore exactly, but it is essentially a network that keeps him alive, like a form of IV, if you will. But I'm actually curious. I'm gonna go look it up later. But anyway, what we need to do on Buenacosta is immediately get these cattle farms going. And the main reason for this is we are still running out of cattle and beef altogether. So we want to make sure we have these things going. And I'm want to say we can build all of them? Yep, we can. So now we have all these guys working, but we need more of a workforce in here. So these guys don't have a chapel. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and give them the chapel to start off with, because I really want to get over to Arrakis. I really want to get back over there. Build these ones up over here. We'll build a long line. We'll build another long line over here. So tell me how you guys celebrated New Year's. Did you guys do anything special? Were there any like specific plans you were going to do with family? I'm always interested in knowing what everybody does, you know. I don't really tend to do much for you know, New Year's, and I do celebrate Christmas, but it's very minimalistic, you know. We don't go all out for it. Not a really big family, so just like to stick with one another and just have fun. So we have a whole bunch of these saddle farms now working, and it's not almost exact. I think we'll be okay though. Once we get all the hands on deck with this, I'm certain we'll be all right. So we'll leave this for a time because we want to make sure the tortillas are always going to be working. And I think we do have enough corn in here. Yes, we do. We have definitely enough corn in here. We're also importing some corn. I also forgot, before we actually head to Arrakis, we do need to stay here on Rio Ralto for just one moment. Now, what is the issue? Ah, yeah, that's definitely a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and downgrade a lot of these guys because we don't really need to have a lot of the obreras here anymore. We need more of the jornaleros, and that is mostly because I, quite frankly, do not care about the helium anymore. I just want to push that to the side. What I would like to swap out here is I have 4 of these caoutchouc plantations that are literally doing absolutely nothing, because I thought that I was in, you know, again, going to be producing chewing gum. That is definitely not the case. I don't want to be producing chewing gum. Additionally, with that, I do not want to have these horrid industrial lubricant ones working and all. I think that was the only one. Maybe there's another one somewhere around here. Is that for citrus? I think you're for citrus. Yeah, you're for citrus. I think I got rid of the other one. Okay. So what I would like to do here is instead of having these 4, I'm going to get rid of them. And we're going to build some of the sugar plantations. And the reason why we're getting the sugar plantations going is because on Nova Prosperitum itself, we need to still provide these guys with the mezcal. The mezcal, we have everything else they require except for the sugar. The sugar is the only problem child here. If we can set up a stable route to bring in sugar to Nova Prosperitum, we can use the obrero workforce in this corner probably, because we have electricity anyway, and we'll be able to provide a lot of mezcal to these people, so we won't have to constantly see the artista workforce constantly go up, down, up, down, up, down. We hate seeing that. We don't want to see that. So let's start off with getting these sugar plantations going, and I can't wait to show you what Arrakis is doing right now. Let's go ahead and build this one right over here. We want to try to get at least 4 in here if possible. I think we'll be able to do so, but let's just go see what we can do. This is 1. We're going to go here 2, 3. Okay, so this 4th one, it might be a little bit dicey, but I can fix it. Let's put this down for now. I'm going to get rid of like maybe this amount because we still have it connected via here. And let's put down the fertilizer silo. Back here, good news is these farms are a lot larger than what they need to be. So we can just take the remaining and fill this all out and we will be golden. Let's get rid of 2. I'm going to check with you guys. Okay, so now how much would that be? So it'll be up to here. Okay, we can do that. Go back to this one, fill that out. The next farm could definitely have a decent chunk removed from it. Go back to here, and we'll probably be able to fill this out. And you should be good too, right? Okay, perfect. So now we have sugarcane being produced here on Rio Ralto. And the good news is, again, we also have a harvest festival happening right over here. So we're getting some passive rum, some chocolate, and some absinthe. So if we need to sell that stuff, we can definitely do it. And the market crash ended. We lost some more money, but at the same time, I'm just over here like, do I really need to worry about a market crash anymore? Hell no. I don't care about it. So the scrubbing buddy is over here, but I think what we're gonna have to do here with Rio Ralto is build an additional pier. If we do have the stuff necessary for it, we don't have enough timber, so we can wait for a hot minute. The scrubbing buddy is going to be taking a lot of the sugarcane over to Nova Prosperitum, and that'll definitely help. I want to see how much are we actually producing per minute with all these things running. Yeah, I think that's a pretty decent number. It's not reflecting it just yet, but it's 60 per minute. It's actually pretty solid. Pretty solid. And we're not wasting the fuel instead for the lubricant. Instead, we're putting it towards a pretty decent resource, because we're going to need that for a lot more Atesis. So I think we might have enough for this. Now, let's go and build up that pier. And let's head on over to Arrakis, allowing that to populate. So, Arrakis itself is working like no tomorrow. It has the stuff that it needs. So, like, these missing goods is just because they're taking forever to get to it. But ethanol production on Arrakis has actually been very, very positive. I think is probably the best way of putting it. Not only are we stockpiling a whole bunch over here, but we're also exporting it towards Buenacosta because if you remember, the blending tank replaces the input to sugar and ethanol for these rum distilleries. So these things are working so efficiently, it's crazy. And if I could possibly try to expand upon this to get even more absinthe going, then by all means, I don't mind providing it to our volunteer workforce in some capacity, right? It looks like the food production is also working relatively well too. Let's do a little double check. Yep, perfect. So we'll have a fair amount of tortillas always ready. These guys are taking rum. We're just exporting it for the most part. It just helps out with the overall amount that we're sold, which is close to 90,000. So what Arrakis needs right now is a bigger population in order to actually man every single one of these factories. And another thing that the island is going to be relatively good for is going to be fertilizer. I definitely want to make sure that fertilizer is an easy thing that we can always potentially get from here. So let's go ahead and build a couple more of these districts down. I think this will be sufficient. Even though it's not like fully connected over there, that house will still be active. So let's go ahead and build a lot more of these guys. That's perfect. And we made a double road over here. That was not intentional. That just kind of happened. Let's connect you guys up like so. And I'm assuming you back here, you do not have what you need because you're definitely unhappy and you want to kill me. So we're going to do that. I don't think we're going to need a police station, but just for good measure, I'm going to put one down and connect it up like so. Also, having a nifty fire station over here is never going to be terrible. You guys seem to be okay. You guys are okay. Seems fine. How are you guys looking in the back here? Yep, I think they're all good. So long as they actually do have the marketplace, I'm fine with that. And there are plenty of fire stations around. We also do have 2 of the hospitals going. And unfortunately, illness does run high here. So we might have to actually consider building another one of these. I'm going to put it right over here in this corner. Actually, I'll put it like right here. And build it up like so. One other cool thing that Arrakis is doing that I didn't actually intend for this to happen, But the lumberjack huts are in fact very, very, very lucrative here. For the simple reason that Miss Rodriguez is just going ham, right? There's a lot of cotton in here. So what are we going to do? We're going to build up these celluloid plants as well, because we want to try to get over here to the cinema, right? There's also enough saltpeter that's over on probably Nova Prosperitum at this point. So I want to try to bring that stuff over here and start producing some film reels. I think the artistas are going to definitely like having a cinema around here. That'll definitely make them a little bit happier. And then obviously this is a thing, gotta get rid of that one. The cinema will definitely make them a lot happier, but the thing about it is, right, that's at 4,000. So we would have to actually increase the amount of a population of artistas that we have here on Nova Prosperitum in order for the cinema to actually be lucrative. But on the other hand, Yauska will purchase it at 3,000 each. So you can see where my mind is at the moment, okay? First things first, we need to get some more Obreras going, and we definitely cannot do that because we don't have the necessary stuff in here quite yet. How are we looking with that? We have enough fried plantains in here, we have enough ponchos, so we're good. And I'm certain we definitely have... Oh no, we don't have tortillas here. Why didn't I bring tortillas? I guess I just didn't care. I was worried that the route from Buenacosta to Nova Prosperitum was going to pose a bit of a problem if I did bring that stuff over here, but we can upgrade these guys to the Obreras, and then we'll come over here and we're going to build up one of the celluloid plants, because even if we don't decide to go fully with, you know, making the film reels, which I don't see why we wouldn't, the good news is that Margaret Hunt will purchase these at a pretty decent price as well. A little bit less, of course, but still, we'll purchase them. I want to see what the global price is for Absine, because we're going to have to also start shipping that over to Nova Prosperitum more likely. Global price right now is 1K. Okay. I don't want to use my flagship for that. I'm gonna go over here really fast. We have plenty of sugarcane, so... Hey, Scrubbing Buddy, you're up, champ. Let's take a whole bunch of sugarcane over to Nova Prosperitum, and we're going to keep this route going for a very, very long time. So that'll definitely work. I think, actually, while I'm here, let me just double check. Yeah, so we're like completely maxed out on saltpeter, and that's because of these guys. Yeah, and we have plenty of the alpaca wool. I am not worried about potentially selling that stuff out. The Nandu leather, on the other hand, I probably have to build one of the farms back. That way we don't run out of soccer balls here. So let me actually do that really quick. Love it when that comes together. Let's go ahead and build this, and then build this. Get these farm fields back up and running. Apologies for that, my friends. Got a little phone call that I needed to answer mid-record. Love it when that happens. But yeah, we're going to get back to this. We have the Nandu leather that's going to come back. I think one should be sufficient for these guys at this point. Where are the soccer balls at? I never really checked this, actually. Yeah, I think that one will be sufficient. Not so much with the Nandu leather, though, so I guess we're going to have to actually have both of them running. So let's get the second one going, and we'll have that one ball manufactory actually start working again. So we're getting our first celluloids out of here, and the cool thing about this is we can expand upon the ethanol production quite a bit, because now ethanol is a relatively easy thing to make in the grand scheme of things. But what I would ultimately like to do here is bring a lot of bricks and actually pave the streets, so it'll make this whole production a lot faster. Arrakis is going to be our... it's literally holding up to its name. It's going to be our main hub of industry, heavy industry, right here. So these people are not going to be too happy, okay? Just like in the movies, just like in the books. Oppressing the Fremen. No. Oh my god. Where are these? Oh, I totally forgot. We have stuff in here? Oh yeah, we need to get some more ships going. I need at least 2 schooners, and I think we're actually done when it comes to the sails. I would like to potentially get another sailmaker working because I feel like getting to a point of actually using those cargo ships, I just don't think it's in the cards. Mostly because we're gonna have to make these motors and all of the stuff necessary in order to produce one motor is ridiculous. And I don't want to waste a resource that I have a limited quantity on until I can see what the scooters require. If the scooters do not need the steel, then I will consider actually making some motors. But at the moment, it's not that important. And it looks like we are actually out of timber over here. Right, and I'm not actually going to be using the wood itself because I definitely want to make sure that the primary source for the wood is actually heading towards the ethanol factories. And then these guys are almost done when it comes to this. You know what? Should I bring one of the turbines over? I moved this one, didn't I? I think I did. Yeah, I did. I think I sent it over here to Buenacosta. Yeah, okay, so it is indeed here. Okay, what you got? You got some coal. All right. Love to see it. So let's go ahead and fast forward this. I want to make sure that the Caladan can actually reach it to Rio Ralto and we get enough done in this episode so we actually can say, like, hey, we actually had significant headway here. These guys are just not, they don't have enough ponchos, nor do they have enough of the other stuff. You know what? We're pausing both. I just want to reduce the numbers. We're not going to need it. You guys can have some coal, though. Let's get all of their timber, and we're going to take it over to Arrakis. And then I just want to see if these guys are going to drop beneath a certain point. No, I think they're fine, actually. Getting rid of the Abreras also is going to be a big thing. And later on, tapping into that iron mine. We need to build an additional pier here as well. I think I can also do so on this side, but I mean, primarily the ships are coming into this main harbor area because they're going to and from Nova Prosperitum for the most part. And we haven't made much money from the $1 million dung negative event. We actually haven't had a positive event in a long time. I don't even know if the game will grace us with one. I'm actually, I consider the fuel stop to be a positive event at this point because the maintenance costs do go up, but also do the selling prices of damn near everything. The other thing that we're going to have to make here on Arrakis is going to be the aluminum profiles because I have been sending over a whole bunch over to here, so we might actually see it full up. No, we don't. Okay, so the iron is actually where we have this stuff. I know we have bauxite somewhere, so puddle duck. I think the bauxite is over here, if I remember correctly. We have ethanol over here? Excuse me? Oh no, it's on Arrakis, isn't it? Oh my god, I'm losing it already. Capua is the one that has it. There we go. Jesus Christ. Okay, now we're going to bring that over to Arrakis slowly because we want to get some of the aluminum smelters up and running. And a spot for them, considering how large the island is, I kind of want to put them like right over here. So we'll have around, I think, 6 or maybe 7-ish, maybe even going so far as to say 8 would probably be really good. So let's actually pre-plan 8 of these guys. And we can also build some of the charcoal kilns over here because these guys are really fast and the bauxite mines are incredibly fast. We actually have 2 over here, which is fantastic, and we'll definitely tap into them. But the aluminum smelters are very slow. So that means we don't need a lot of these guys. These guys will be at 15 seconds. These guys would be at 45. These guys would be at 5 seconds. So, yeah, I mean, we could probably have like 4 of these charcoal kilns working here on Arrakis and it'll be just fine. I think that's okay. And the good news is, like, their whole thing is that they don't have to be, like, mega close to one another. I just need to make sure they're in a spot that has at least one sort of warehouse around. So, like, here is a good spot. I'm going to put this one right over here and get that working. Where we need to actually bring a turbine over here, so I might have to, like, make a pit stop at Yauska's port really quick to get some of that. Let's also upgrade some of these homes in the back to the burrows. Did I run out of timber again? Oh, no, you don't have... Okay, you're not close enough to the marketplace. Oh my god, I was gonna lose it. Go and build that one. And then we want to come over here and we want to build another one of these, but now we're out of bricks. Oh, you love it. When one thing goes right, the other one goes wrong. Head over here, I need to get some bricks. Nova Prosperitum is that central hub. Okay, so we have 11 sugar in here. How much of the sugar cane do we have in here? Pretty decent amount. So I think over here we can go ahead. Where's the chocolate? It's right over here. I think we can go ahead and build a couple of these. Let's start with one to see how fast that would be. Where's the sugar at? That would actually be half of what they require at the moment. So let's build the second one. And then the mezcal itself, where is it at? It's not even enough. We definitely need to build another one of the restaurants around here. So this is the Jalea kitchen. Let's head over here and go over to the mezcal bar. And we'll put the mezcal bar probably over here. We'll build that bad boy up, which means we're going to need to get another one of these going. And we'll build this right over here. Perfect. So I think 3 of these should be sufficient for the growing population. The soccer balls are okay. Jalea seems to be fine. We're not working on the perfumes because perfumes also requires ethanol. We don't have enough ethanol production to not only fund here, but also Buenacosta. So once we get more of those refineries built, then we will absolutely bring some over here for some more of this lovely, lovely perfume. And we should be seeing the numbers raise really quickly. Okay, so I need to check first, because this is the only ship I really have available that's fast. We have 90 timber over here, and we have no bricks. So I'm going to bring over 50 timber and 100 bricks. Good. There's also one other thing that I definitely know our operas are tied into right now, and that is the clay pit that's working over here. I want to get rid of this thing, okay? I really want to get rid of this thing at this point, because it's tying up 100 obreras that could be instead allocated towards one of these refineries. These ones are a lot more important. These ones are going to be insanely important. I don't give... I was going to say, I don't give a damn. You know, there I'm going to say, I don't give a damn about clay. I can get clay from other sources. Get this one here, this one over here. What is this one? Oh, this is conveniently a bauxite mine right over here. It'll be improved with electricity. So that's got 325 in it. How much does the other one have? 705. This is why I'm kind of happy about the fact that electricity runs throughout the entire island. All right, show me that. Okay. Another negative event followed by a negative event. But I'm still going to be trading stuff during these events. I flat out do not care anymore. I have enough money. I have enough of the good resources to sell, especially if a market crash happens. I'm maxed out here with Abstein. So the penguin, I'm going to use you to actually start trading this from Buenacosta over to Nova Prosperitum, because I don't want it here. Where is the Abstein actually at? There you are. Let's slowly start to trickle this into Nova Prosperitum to stockpile it, and that'll be very, very good going forward. How much sugar, or rather, how much of the sugarcane do we have here? A decent amount. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to upgrade another block so we can get another one of these things going. Right? We'll build this one, and then that would allow us to build another one of these rum distilleries. They need 90 people to actually run these things. That's a lot. But the payoff is a lot better. So I'm going to definitely do that. Let's build another row of homes, and then we're going to build the third rum distillery. Rum doesn't go for a lot. It doesn't sell for a lot. But what we're primarily getting out of this is Abstein, which I can sell during the market crash events very, very much for a lot of money, so we won't actually have to run out of money. That is the primary goal. And we already have 30 celluloids in here. These guys aren't affected with the turbine, though. Are they? It says, like, it would improve with electricity, but oh my god, the maintenance cost. That is ridiculous, man. This place better make a lot of money for me, or I swear I'm gonna lose it. Okie dokie. Let's go over here. I need another one of these schooners because I need to start trading the saltpeter that I have here in Nova Prosperitum over to Arrakis, and that way we can actually get some of the film reels produced. Imagine that. We're not actually exploiting Arrakis for the spice, not fully, even though it does kind of look like spice silos. I really do. I like that little bit of flavor. But what we're instead doing is we're exploiting it for the fact that it is a massive island with a lot of resources we can tap into. Specifically fuel as well. We can even tap into the fuel. So make sure you don't have any thumpers around. We really do not want a sandworm popping out of nowhere, okay? Alright, I'm just, between us both, that's really important. What the heck? New buildings unlocked. Where? Here? What? I'm confusion. You guys saw that, right? What new buildings have been unlocked? Unless it says that, like, no? Okay, the game's on crack. Absolutely on crack. I don't even understand what's happening. What do you need for the ice cream? Nope, we're not looking at that. That's way too much. Don't care about it. Alright, where's the Caladan? Caladan's almost here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So let's get this in here. And we are going to... We're going to have to upgrade this harbor area a lot. I want to first put in the bricks and whatnot, because getting more of the ethanol productions going is going to be fantastic. We are kind of iffy when it comes to the corn. Right? Oh, you're bringing corn. Okay. No, I don't have to worry about that then. How about the wood? The wood is a little bit sus, but it's okay. Imagine all these woodcutters are doing enough to produce enough cotton for one of the celluloids. That's insane. I think I'll build this small warehouse. I want to build this ethanol factory right now. Let's go ahead and build this one. We'll get this ethanol factory going, and then I want another celluloid. Yeah, I'll build another celluloid as well, and get this warehouse up and running too. Nice. So we should actually have enough cotton in here to manage both of these celluloid plants, along with all of these ethanol refineries, and this is fantastic. We also do have a very large other workforce over here that we're not using, so we should definitely find one of the turbines. I think we're kind of close to Yelska's port. Let's head over here and see if we can get one really quick. Put it in our trade union, and hopefully it'll not only help out with these guys, which I don't think it did before, but it will definitely help out with everything else. That'll be really, really solid. We don't have enough bricks in here anyway, so we can just do this for the time being. Let's go over to the bauxite mine. I'm going to put this one here, and I'm going to go over here and put this one right over here. What are you? You're gold? I mean, I can. Margaret Hunt purchases gold, right? How much? I mean, it ain't bad. It's another resource I can tap into, but I don't know if the artistas want the gold for any particular reason. I think they're mostly reliant on the pigments and such to make costumes and whatnot. I don't think they're really focusing too much when it comes to, like, gold-ish. I think it's just, there it is. If you want to have it, you have it. If not, don't worry about it type deal. But where is the flagship? Okay, so Caladan's over here. Let's see if I can actually purchase a nifty little turbine from you. Ah, there's one conveniently right there. What are you for? You're for bricks and concrete factories? Well, we'll find out. Let's go over here. We're going to purchase you, and we're going to send that over to Arrakis right now. I'm not going to double back over towards Nova Prosperitum to bring some more bricks into here. I'll just do that on my own time. But we're producing a fair amount of celluloids as well now. Let's see how many we're making per minute. There's 4 there. We have plus 10 when it comes to the ethanol production itself. And we definitely should get these roads paved. So I'll work on making sure that happens. How are we looking with the fire? It's not actually too bad considering. It is a moderate explosion chance. Okay, well, you'll love to see it. Workforce happiness and then riot chance is also low. So both of those are working to our advantage. I like that completely. Altogether. A happy workforce, happy life means a lot of money and a happy wife. I don't know why I say half the stupid you know what that I say. It flows naturally. Oh god, even that analogy was terrible. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was definitely a little bit rushed, but that is because I haven't had much time to actually work on Pride and Peddlers since the last episode up until now. But I do hope you guys still enjoyed. I hope you guys are still enjoying this series. Please comment and letting me know if you do. And as always, please consider joining the Discord. The Discord is very important in the year 2025. I'll be promoting the Discord a lot more because I want to make sure that we start having some more community-based events happening there, okay? So, until next time, my friends, thank you so much. Please consider like, commenting, subscribing, hitting that bell button, sharing it with your friends. Again, I hope your new year went very, very well. Looking forward to this year, what it will bring. I'll catch you in the next episode, my Rantians.